Welcome in, guys. We got Kelly's favorite dogs of the week with Kelly in Vegas. Kelly, welcome in. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good. It's a great Thursday. College football's kicking off tonight. I'm ready for this weekend to start.
Absolutely. We got college football from Thursday through Monday. In my opinion, it's the most underrated weekend of pretty much the entire year. How are you feeling about college football season so far, Kelly?
You know, I didn't start off so hot. I had Rice last weekend, and it's just one of those things where you take the insurmountable amount of points with the bad dog, and, you know, a conservative coach like David Shaw just puts it on you. So time to move on to this weekend. I'm looking forward to a much better weekend.
All right, and you can find Kelly on Twitter at KellyInVegas. And also want to give her a shout out. She is a great proxy service for the Super Contest there in Las Vegas, or if you're doing the William Hill Contest, which is the college football kind of super contest. I used her last year. It was great customer service. Also, no mistakes whatsoever. So as far as if you're looking for a proxy service, I can't recommend anything better than Kelly in Vegas. Kelly, do you want to say anything else about the proxy service?
No, just check out proxy.kellyinvegas.com if you're in the market for either the Super Contest, Golden Nugget, William Hill. We service all the Las Vegas contests.
All right, so check that out. Also, let's get into some games. We got Kelly's favorite dogs of the week. Let's start off with game number 191, 192. We got the App State Mountaineers heading between the hedges to Athens, Georgia, taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia laying 14.5. Looks like 45.5, 46 the total, depending on where you're shopping. Kelly, how you looking to bet this game?
You know, I'm looking at App State. I know it sounds like deja vu, but remember last year, week 1 versus Tennessee? I see the exact same scenario going down. I think this Bulldogs team is really going to be surprised by the boys of the Sun Belt. Now, that being said, it's more of a play against Georgia here. They have Notre Dame on deck. And please remember, they went 0-4 last season as home favorites.
Yeah, and what about Jacob Eason, the kind of the first season after his freshman year, after his first year starting? Do you think maybe he will make improvements that can help Georgia cover this line, or you think the App State defense is stout enough?
I do think the App State defense is going to be fine. I think Jacob Eason is a above average quarterback, but he has so much more potential, and I just think it's going to be a little bit into the season before we actually see that. Like I said, I feel like it's almost a look-ahead game for this team. Again, Notre Dame is not what they used to be, but it doesn't matter. I think the guys from Georgia are just like, App State, go in, get the win. Next thing you know, they want to put the beating on the Irish.
Right. And so it looks like App State plus 14.5 pretty much across the board at SBR odds right now. So going with the Mountaineers in that one. We got another one, 307, 308. BYU versus LSU. Looks like the line, the total's at 47.5 or 47, depending on where you shop. Looks like the number is anywhere between 15 and 14. So this one's a good one to be shopping around. Looks like the South Point has it at 14.5. Chris now down to 14. A lot going on here, Kelly, with the location of this game. How are you looking to bet this one?
You know, I almost wanted to bet BYU with the upset here. As everyone knows, there's massive flooding in Houston, so the game got moved to New Orleans. But more importantly, I need you guys just to forget about everything you saw last week versus Portland State. I think that was clearly a look-ahead spot for BYU. Now they have a game under their belt, and I've just been really impressed with Kehlani Sitake and what he's done with this team in Provo. Last season, they were 4-1-1 against the spread versus Power 5 opponents. I'm not sold on this LSU team, but everybody's going to be running to the window and saying, guess what? This SEC team is going to put on a clinic. It's a home game, technically. I like BYU to keep it close.
All right, BYU and the points in that one. And let's go on to Monday night's college football game, finishing out the weekend. We got another SEC team. We got the Tennessee Volunteers making the short trip down to Atlanta, Georgia, to go to Bobby Dodd Stadium, taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Looks like Tennessee's having to lay 3, maybe minus 2.5 if you shop around. 5 Dimes is showing a 2.5 right now. 3 pretty much everywhere else, Chris, Heritage, and so on. Also, the total's at 56, 56.5, depending on where you shop. Are you looking for the dog in this one too, Kelly?
Listen, Drew, I'm always looking for the dogs that have the chance to win outright, and this is one of those same cases. You have number 25 Tennessee, and I think 5 Dimes has it right. They're looking for all of those guys to come in and bet, oh, number 25 SEC team's going to go in and put on some sort of show in Atlanta, and I just don't see it. This is more of a play against Butch Jones and what he's done at Tennessee. I'm not a fan. I'm going to take the 3 points, probably by kickoff. I haven't bet it yet, but maybe you need to do it now if you're saying 5 times times 2.5. But I really like this Yellow Jackets team. I actually think they're a decent little long shot to win their division.
Yeah, in the ACC, I don't disagree with that. The thing that does scare me, Kelly, is the extra preparation for the option offense. So do you think Butch Jones and company might have that in their back pocket as far as the extra film, the extra preparation for their defensive line? Or do you think Georgia Tech's just going to roll them anyway?
It would be nice to think that a coach has put in the extra effort here, but I just don't see that from Butch Jones. We haven't ever seen him in these first games go out and just put on a show. I think he's going to be in the hot seat after the end of this year, and I think that early number 25 is just kind of a little bit inflated. I don't see this team being, by any means, a top 25 team middle of the season.
All right, and something I didn't notice, you're fading 3 SEC teams, huh?
I get a lot of flack for it. I am a, quote unquote SEC basher. I just don't think top to bottom it's a very good division. You've got Alabama, who is one of the best teams in college football over the last 10 years by far. You've got Nick Saban, one of the best college coaches of all time. And then you've got everybody else. And you've got a couple bottom feeder teams. Well, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Auburn, all right there in the middle.
All right. I'll take that. It's definitely a view of it, and I don't necessarily. I'm not sure if they're going to be overpowering like they have in the past. That's for sure. But hey, Kelly, one thing I'm trying to ask a lot of the visitors here at SBR, and hopefully we'll have you on a bunch more to come throughout the season. But is there anything for the more beginner bettors, advice maybe, going from what you're seeing in week 1 college football and what you're looking for to carry it over into week 2, week 3 college football? Anything that's helped you in the past as far as beating the books?
Week 1 college football is always interesting. I'm always looking at these giant double-digit lines and saying, okay, which one of these dogs is going to be an improved team from the year prior? And I think a lot of the general public doesn't look at that. They tend to think, okay, what happened last year? That's going to happen this year. We saw several teams just go on a nice ATS run. So I expect the books to start to adjust, so to speak, on that. I think a big thing is that we see with all these non-conference opponents, these teams have never played each other before. So to sit here and match them up, people are going to assume, oh, okay, we have an SEC team here. Sure, they're going to beat this team by 21, when in fact, the math says it should be a 2-touchdown game. I think for the public bettor, I would say week 1, go against what you think probably is going to happen, and that's exactly what you're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets this week. I think we're going to see a lot of top 25 teams really struggle here.
Yeah, how much does anybody really know going into week 1? That's a good question to ask. But
it's tough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you heard it here from Kelly. I mean, fade in the SEC, 3 dogs. And Kelly, they can find you on Twitter at KellyInVegas. And if you're looking for a proxy service, we can't recommend anybody better. Kelly, anything else before we close it out?
No, Drew, thanks for having me on. I look forward to working with you guys this football season.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll talk soon, Kelly.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.